Hello, welcome to Serena Tarot. This is your pick a card reading. Now this particular pick a card reading is specifically for a couple of days time, which is the 11/11 portal. So that's the 11th of November 2020. Pick a card reading to see how this is going to affect you. So if you're not really aware of what 11/11 really means, it is an angel master number 11. When you see it together, 11/11, you are basically invited to expand. It's an activation of light codes. It's where it's considered a portal where the veil is thin, so you are more likely to receive guidance spiritually, and it's just very, very, very powerful, and particularly with 2020 as well. So we've got double figures matching each other in that. I don't know what that expression is, where it's the 11/11 2020 is like almost mirroring each other, both sides. So particularly as well, if you are prone to see synchronicities in numbers, so 11/11 in the morning, or you see numbers 11, or you see any sorts of synchronicities, those are usually what we consider messages from our angels, our guardian angels. Usually we always, it's important to try and think about what we were thinking at that time when you saw them, because it tends to be a bit of confirmation, and things like feathers as well. But this is particularly 11/11. So we have 4 groups over here. Okay, we've got clear quartz, citrine, tourmaline, and turquoise. If you've already decided which one you feel most drawn to, there's no right or wrong answers, then go ahead to the timestamps below and pick your message. For those of you who want to partake, I will do 20 seconds of the sound bowl just so that you can get into the zone, and then we'll begin. So when you're ready, all right. Okay, so hopefully you've decided which crystal you are most drawn to, which pack you're most drawn to. Go ahead and to the timestamp below. If you're drawn to more than one, you are obviously most welcome to see if there's a message in the other less attractive crystal for you. So we'll begin with group number 1. I'll just move this to one side. 2, 3, and 4. Right, so for those who chose clear quartz, okay, clear quartz is all about heightened and amplifying energies surrounding you as well. A very, very healing crystal. So let's see how the 11/11 portal is going to be affecting you. Now, you are the only group whereby I've actually used my starseed deck as well, because I felt drawn to kind of add that with the clear quartz. So let's see what starseed you have. We have wait, it is not time. Then general energy for this this particular, actually we had 2 that jumped out as well. We had release and we had openness. Okay. This is the intuitive card, number 15, which reduces down to a 6. So you can go ahead and see what you intuitively pick up on that. I'm really picking up things on that. Let me just bear with me a moment. Okay. Moonology, we have prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus, I think. Yes, Taurus. Then we have one of the good tarot deck, which is the Sun, which it talks about illumination. We're clarifying with 3 of the Fountain, which is, we have the 3 of Coins, Judgment, and the 6 of Cups, right? And then finally, your Oracle card, Don't dim to fit in. Right, let's have a little look here. So how is 1111 going to be affecting you? There is this, I would say that this particular group is fairly, is developing more sort of psychic abilities, especially with the moon here, the openness and the waiting, the things are time, things are taking time to be woven. So with the two general themes, if you will, of how the 1111 is affecting you, is this release and this openness. So it is a call to basically release, and open is pretty much the same thing. You can only be open when you release your soul, and you I'm also hearing the surrender yourself. Okay, surrender, be ready to take on the next step. Now we've got the tree over here, and we've got all those leaves falling off in the autumn. Okay, in the northern hemisphere we are in autumn at the moment, but the shedding of leaves is all about getting rid of the last stage and phase that you're on. Now I'm not saying getting rid of people in your life or leaving and quitting your job. I'm not talking about that. This is very much on a spiritual level. So you are ready to let go. It's like you're moving a step up spiritually. You're releasing those energies that are causing limiting beliefs. You are it's time for regeneration. Of course, with the autumn follows the winter. Okay, and with the winter you have that hibernation stage where it's important that you sort of take stock of where you're at to be able to sort of start again in spring with fertility. But I'm seeing with the sun and this this card over here, I'm very heavily drawn to the crown chakra and of course white energy. So white light. So when we talk about energy rays, we were referring to, you know, the different energy systems in the bodies, the chakras from the root down to up to the crown. There are 7 of those, and the crown chakra is really about having that connection to the divine, that connection to spirit. But also the violet ray is also an amalgamation. It's the combination of all your colors in balance. It basically represents the overview of your individual aura, your light signature, so to speak. So with this card over here, with these colors coming up, and of course I can see the pink there, which often I'm reminded of rose quartz. So we're talking about heart chakra, and of course there's a bit of green there as well. So also green ray is the heart chakra energy. I see this as a huge blossoming. This is a huge blossoming coming your way, and with prosperity lying ahead. Even though it's a new moon in Taurus, and Taurus talks about kind of things in our physical world, our money, our property, everything that's kind of material. I'm feeling that this is affecting you more so in the spiritual aspect, okay? Because we've got there is definitely the sense that you have perhaps been, maybe one of the things that you need to be doing in terms of releasing is releasing your attachments to how others perceive you, or specifically how you think others perceive you. Okay, because with this don't dim to fit in, how are you dimming your light in order to fit in? What this talks about now, especially if you are, and you'll know if you're attracted to this, that there's something kind of spiritually under. It's like, it's not like it's bubbling beneath the surface, but it's like you get the occasional shaft of light, of clarity coming into your mind, and there's no other way to define it apart from that sort of spiritual inspiration, or that yes, I feel elated, I feel uplifted, and perhaps I can't put my finger on it, or perhaps I'm specifically doing it and I'm feeding off on those things. Now when that happens, sometimes it's not so easy to be around people in your life who are not experiencing that as well. So what happens then is that we might sort of shy away from living in our light and our upliftment, and particularly if there are people who are going through a negative energies around you, you know, misery likes company. So you might be finding that you can't really, it's taking all your energy to hang around the people with those sort of low vibes, because it's you can't fully be you. Okay, and inside there is an activation happening, there is a stepping up. Okay, with this release, if you're able to release, then it's a call to be open. Okay, because the opening will allow this portal stronger and allow that crown chakra energy to take in light codes from the divine. But you really need to be at this time true to yourself. Okay, now we've got the Sun, Three of Coins, Judgment, and Seven of Cups. So the Sun talks about illumination. Okay, the Sun with illumination, it can experience, it's the most positive sign in card in tarot. Okay, so it always talks about abundance, wealth, prosperity, things going well. But with the Sun is shining illumination on things are being brought up to the surface, and we're seeing clarity. So where there might have been some confusion in the past, things are now coming to the forefront. With this array, with a Judgment card as well, is a very, very spiritual card. This really does talk about sort of a resurrection. This talks about finishing one sort of cycle, moving on to the next. It's not quite the World card, but it's that kind of real identification within yourself and your space after a long cycle has passed. Again, very spiritually. So I feel like you are being kind of, yes, you are being celebrated by your spirit guides, you're celebrated by angels, and the judgment is this opening of this portal. The judgment and the reward that is coming in is all to do with these activations. So all you need to really be focusing on is, how do you release those little sticky elements of yourself that are a bit stubborn, which are old patterns, old ways of thinking. How do you let go of that and be open to receive? Okay, because there's a lot coming in here for you. Prosperity lies ahead, so it's going to be affecting you in the material world, but particularly this is more like on a spiritual aspect. The spiritual doorway is this, it's that portal. Okay, with the Sun, there's illumination being shed on the Three of Coins, which is how you work with other people, how you perhaps collaborate, how you sometimes it can also maybe talk about how you manage it. It's definitely like with a group of people, how you are within maybe your family circle, your friend circle, your work circle, how you work with them and how it's affecting you. But also it's that kind of, perhaps it's like, it also is a point of, okay, well, how do I go back to this after this activation and be the new version of me, even if it's subtle? How do I go back? It's like going back on something and tweaking it. Okay, so I feel like there's illumination coming in spiritually with regards to how you respond and react and interact with your soul tribe as it stands now. Okay, so your soul tribe might not be the kind of people who are on your sort of level yet. Perhaps they haven't sort of branched up to that, in which case it's going to be like the activations come in, that invitation to expand spiritually comes in, and you kind of you start to see how you can implement that in the real world with regards to the people around you and how you work in relationships with other people. Okay, then of course we've got judgment. So there's that judgment coming in with that, and it's your judgment on the situation when the illumination comes in. And then we move on to the Seven of Cups, and the Seven of Cups talks about maybe potentially daydreaming, having many options and not quite knowing where to go with that. But that's where the Weight card comes in. Okay, because it's saying here it's not your time, things are being woven. So what I'm feeling for you, those who chose clear quartz, is that now is really kind of the groundwork. But when I say groundwork, I mean the spiritual work, but the spiritual groundwork. If you are able to release burdens, spiritual burdens, however you understand that. Release spiritual burdens so you can make space, right? Make space in your psyche, make space in your emotional body, make space in your spiritual body to be open and to receive this these activations coming in. Then that's where it's going to be coming in through that crown chakra, right, and hitting you straight in the heart. Okay, and it's going to illuminate these areas of where perhaps you haven't been quite true to yourself with other people. So you can be privately on a journey, but it's something that perhaps you're not so open about. And with this this 1111 portal opening, all of a sudden the light is shared on it. Okay, as a result to that, you have this aha moment, this kind of, okay, well, I see now how I work and interact with other people in my sphere, in my surroundings. But now I know I can no longer be pretending to be what I think they want me to be, or being the old version. You know, you really got it. It's like it is like that. You know, that cocoon, and you coming out as the butterfly. There is a sort of a transformation happening, but the transformation has been going on for quite a while. But now's the time when the butterfly sort of flies around to its buddies and says, "Well, guys, you know, really, this is actually, I've had some influences in my life, and this is where I'm at now. Take it or leave it." Okay, being true to yourself with regard as it stands with other people. When it comes to the Seven of Cups, there is a bit of perhaps there could be an element of confusion. Okay, because you kind of, now you're at that stage, and now you've kind of opened up to other people in that sense of like, well, this is who I am now. You kind of you feel perhaps a little bit not torn, but there's more. It's like the with that openness, the limitations have broken free a bit, and all of a sudden now you seem to have more opportunities, because there seem to be more options, more possibilities, or at least the dreaming of more possibilities, and it's all there with these activations coming in. But this, with wait, it's not yet time. The message for you is just don't rush ahead. Don't rush ahead. Allow it to come in. Allow it to understand how you are with other people. And if there is an element with you whereby you might just need to, you can decide if it's a case of, you know what, I still need to stay in my shell a little bit and just really kind of nurture this openness and the release, then that's what I'm going to do. Or if you're feeling fueled to really kind of speak your truth with other people, no matter what they might think of you, that choice is yours. Remember, the clear quartz is that amplification of what's going down that spiritual level. Okay, ultimately prosperity lies ahead. Things are really changing for you. Things are being woven. Okay, so if you find yourself in you know, by the weekend, or even sort of at the end of the month, you're still feeling that confusion, that how do I implement the new me now into reality, the message here is don't worry. It's not yet time. Things are being woven. You're doing the spiritual groundwork for this, okay? You need to do it in order to receive that step up, okay? And then you need to sit in that for a while. Sit in that, because that's when the illumination is going to be coming in, and things will become clearer. But the time is not to, the time is now just to receive. Open. You cannot receive unless you're open to receive. So now is really the time to receive. The decisions that you make and how you take that further will come in divine timing. Okay, right now it's just that point of waiting to allow it to come in, being open to let it come in, and to be true to yourself without this worry of trying to sort of fit into other people's pigeon boxes. Okay, I don't have anything else, dear. We got the sun and the moon. we've got the moon over here, and we've got that sun. So, and of course we've got the bloody the cosmos here, and we've got this new moon here too. So I feel like the new moon on I think it's the 14th and 15th of November in Scorpio, that could perhaps be the time where the changes are made, when you implement them, perhaps, or if the transformation is happening on that spiritual level before it can be applied within the physical world. But because we've got all this cosmos here, this is major for you. This is major for you, and that's why I feel like perhaps there is a little element of perhaps not fear-based, but maybe a tad anxiety of how you take on that new cloak. Okay, receive that new cloak and step into that new path, because there might be a little bit of anxiety about how do you walk that path. It's all sort of a little bit unfamiliar. So but don't worry. It will be shown to you. And of course as well, if you see synchronicities like 1111, it is those signposts to tell you that you're on the right track. So that's all I have for you, group number 1. I hope that it resonated. I wish you all the best. And if you did like this, please do comment, subscribe, hit the notification button, share, all of that jazz. And I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye. Okay, so group number 2, those who chose Citrine. Let's see what 1111 is going to be bringing you, what this portal is going to be bringing you, how it's going to be affecting your life. This is coming up very soon, by the way. Citrine refers to that sort of solar plexus energy, that motivation and drive forward. So perhaps that's something that you are yearning for, but let us see what the cards say. Okay, so we did have two of these jump out. I only wanted one, but we had 2. So what can we do, right? Ooh, we got potential and we got fulfillment. Get all the cards out. Okay, this is your intuitive card. Okay, I'll let you spend some time seeing what you intuitively pick up on that. And for me, okay. Then we have Moonology, a personal issue reaches resolution. Some of you might be sighing a breath of relief. Okay, it's full moon in Cancer. Remember, Cancer is all about a real water emotional body, and full moon is that manifestation, that climax. Then we have our major arcana is your Hermit card. Okay, and then we have 4 of the Fountain deck, just to clarify what's going on here. We have the 4 of Coins, the 3 of Cups, the Page of Cups, and the Chariot. And then finally, your Oracle card is, good lordy, the Initiation. Here we go. Okay, so rite of passage, crossing the threshold. This really does talk about that portal. Okay. Let's see what's going on here for you, group number 2. Group number 2. Right, so it's almost as if you're obviously embarking on this spiritual journey, okay? And there is, I feel like there could be an element of holding back for you, because with the potential card, while it talks about that there's so much potential available for you if you are able to take opportunity for it, take the bull by the horns and take that and harness that into your life, followed by fulfillment, that potential will lead to fulfillment. I don't know why, because there's no cards that are really kind of signaling that, but what I'm picking up on is that there is something that's been holding you back. And I feel it more with this card over here. There's like, what's holding you back is that sort of solar plexus energy, that motivation, wanting to drive forward, but you want to move ahead. You want to embrace the potentials. You want that fulfillment. You want all of that. But I feel like the heart is not quite there at the moment. So you're like in this sort of stuck. You not a time warp, but you're like at this standstill between these two spaces. I see solar plexus and green ray heart chakra energy over there, okay? And right in the middle is that activation that's coming in, because it's like you've separated these two elements within yourself. I feel this real holding back. Because with potential, it talks about that it's there. It can be manifested into fulfillment. But perhaps there's been, it's like you're not quite connecting that solar plexus energy, that drive forward, how you sort of, the passion that you have forward, you're not quite connecting it with the heart space, okay? And I mean, one is just below the other. There are octaves of color between those 2 points, but you're not quite bridging that gap yet. And I feel like that's what's holding you back. Personal issue reaches resolution. So definitely talking about that heart space over there. It feels like perhaps you've been wanting to move ahead and move forward, but because something has been holding you back, it's like you can see it. It's palpable. You want that to come in, but you're not quite there yet. Now with the initiation, this rite of passage, crossing the threshold, that's the kind of place in you in at the moment. But you can't really see that lovely kind of oasis, that paradise in the distance yet. I feel like you are still, it's like you know the journey can get you there. You know it has the potential to get you there, but I feel like you can't even see that bit of light yet. You've just been relying on trust. So I feel where you're at is you're still in that not dark space is in a horrible space, but you're in that unknown territory, that kind of shadowy side. And so you want to move forward because you have that trust that things are going to improve spiritually, but also I'm feeling very much emotions, a relationship here. It's going to maybe be affecting you with regards to relationships. But what's holding you back is that lack of connection between the solar plexus and the heart space. And what I mean by that is the heart space is all about love, right? Solar plexus is all about passion, right? Now it feels to me that you are separating the two in a way. And is there a way that you can perhaps combine them together so that the passion you feel is fueled by love and the love you feel is fueled by passion? Now this doesn't necessarily mean to be in a relationship, right? But this is something whereby perhaps if this resonates with you in a job situation, okay, it's like you love what you do, but there is something different. It's like you want to kind of sidetrack the work that you are doing because you feel really drawn to that, but you love what you do already. So it's like, well, you're sort of stuck in between, and how can you sort of bridge that gap together? Because fulfillment is available for you. The potential is there, okay? The personal issue reaches resolution would talk to me about those harboring of feelings and emotions with regards to a relationship more particularly, but again it can also affect the workplace, okay? So maybe that's what's been holding you back. Perhaps you've been walking on down this dark, dark, dark passage, but you haven't seen the light yet. But this tells me that with this 1111, you are crossing the threshold, and the threshold isn't an easy place to cross. It takes a lot of trust. It takes a lot of trust and faith in your intuition and listening to your intuition. Okay? That despite whatever anyone else says, whatever the logical outcome should look like, it's not that. It's what you intuitively feel. With the Hermit over here, this talks about shutting yourself away and taking the time for deep inner reflection. Okay? We've got the Four of Coins here, which talks about holding back. We've got the Three of Cups, which talks about celebration or reunion. The Page of Cups, which is usually a message of love. And then the Chariot driving forward. So even though I'm saying about the work, I was using that as another example. But there's some... It feels like the 1111, I don't know why I want to say 99. But the 1111 portal is really affecting you in your emotional body with regards to perhaps a special someone in your life or the connections you have. I feel like you've been holding back from perhaps, so there's a couple of messages here. So in one aspect, there was maybe an invitation to see some old friends or see an ex-partner, or come together with family that you didn't want to do, you didn't feel ready to do, because you didn't feel sort of stable in your emotional body, and instead you just needed to hibernate for a bit. Okay, those will be for some of you. For others of you, this is what's kind of will be happening, that you're going to get to a point where that's what's preventing this connection between the heart chakra and the solar plexus chakra from reuniting and connecting together, because you've shut yourself away, or needed to shut yourself away, and preserve and conserve your energy and where you put your energy. Okay, there is going to be some sort of internal celebration to do with that. And as a result, as you sort of step into your shell, step into your hibernation, and really give yourself the time to conceive this potential, this what you are walking into, this initiation, that's when the message comes in. You have the Page of Cups, which talks about either could be a child, but ultimately, pages are messengers, okay? They can also be, if we think about what a messenger is an angel. So it could be some divine intervention here as well. But the Page of Cups talks about someone coming in and offering the cup of love. And you feel you've been feeling a bit sort of isolated from this situation. So when a person comes and offers their cup of love, yes, of course it can affect you in the romantic life, okay? But if you're single and you don't resonate with that, it could be perhaps an estranged family member comes and says, I'm sorry, or can we get together? It's really important that we get together. And I feel like you're gonna feel that pulling back to protect yourself with that Four of Coins and conserve what you have, because you're a bit afraid, and that's why you've gone into that hermit space. But I feel that if you take that offer of love, that's when you're going to be driving forward with the Chariot, okay? That's when you're going to be stepping into, you'll be crossing the threshold. That is when the potential will be reached into fulfillment, and you may very well bridge that gap between the solar plexus and the heart energy. So with the Hermit and that Four of Coins, really kind of shutting yourself away, and ending of the Chariot, which is fast motion, taking the bull by the horns, right? It's really pushing forward. It could even be travel. Okay, I know travel's not really a doable thing for most people at the moment, but it is sometimes the chariot can talk about a vehicle, your car. You are driving somewhere, you're basically, someone offers you maybe they send you a love letter, how romantic, and then you're like, I'm getting in my car, I'm going to see this person. But ultimately what it is that while your energies have been focused on this passion driving forward, and this is also passion to do with what you want to do with your life path, right? What's been holding you back is that separation between that passion and that love, and really kind of opening it up. So this, you're going to feel completely rejuvenated if you are able to reunite with someone who you care about, and then you'll be able to step into that energy of that fulfillment. I mean, we've got a full moon there, we've got a full moon there, okay? Things want to manifest. Things, the energy is there waiting for you, okay? All you need to do is just keep going, and try and do the things that are where you feel like you've been sort of holding back, financially, holding back with how you express your love, holding back with how you bridge your passion and your love together. You need to move beyond that. You need to push beyond that. Okay? You've harbored enough. You've taken stock enough. And now you're in that potential energy just waiting to manifest into fulfillment. Okay? With these 2 full moons and this ripe old peach, which looks like a bum, then and with these, and we've got the 2 here as well. This is all about, with those full moons, it's all about manifestation. It's all about reaching that climax, reaching that point, getting over the hill. Not in the expression that it means with you if you're getting old, but that's where personal issue can reach resolution. Okay, if you are able to bridge that gap, continue to keep going, because the rite of passage is coming your way, and the way you can do that is by accepting love that comes in whatever fashion it comes in, because that's what's going to spur you on to drive forward. And that is why you are attracted to this, because you want to move forward. You feel like you've been hibernating too much. You feel like you've been holding it back too much. You feel like there's so much potential around you, and yet you just can't step forward. Well, now's the time when you can. But it can't happen by itself. You do need to make the effort to reconcile, to reunite, to have more trust, and be open to receive that love coming in. Okay, so it's waiting for you. It's right, it's basically, it's behind your front door. All you need to do is open the door, because your door's been closed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 keys. 5 keys to your heart. Okay. All right, group number 2. I hope that it resonated. I hope that gave you some sort of reassurance or excitement, actually, for how the 11/11 is going to be affecting you. And I really hope that you are able to step into that next phase that you're on. Obviously, it's all spiritual, but I feel it is very much affecting you in the heart space. Okay, how can you blend those 2 things together? So I wish you all the best. If this did resonate, fantastic. Please do like, subscribe, comment, share, all that jazz, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye. Okay, group number 3, those who chose Tourmaline. Okay. Let's see how these messages are coming through for you. How the 11/11 portal will be affecting you in the next couple of days. And the energy, obviously, spilling over into the following week. Tourmaline talks really about is very much to do with that root energy center, root chakra, because Tourmaline is all about protection. So I'm quite interested to see what your cards. I haven't seen these cards, by the way. Ooh, we have community. Oh, and I'm really being reminded, okay, I'm in the UK. So in the UK, we had this thing with the nurses and the NHS. We have a free sort of health system here, national health system in the UK. And when, in ode out of respect to NHS workers, everyone drew rainbows and put them on their windowsills, and we used for the first lockdown, for the first couple of months, we clapped every Thursday evening to show our appreciation, our love. And it's really being highlighted here. We obviously also have butterflies there as well, which talks about transformation and sort of being that freedom as well. But it could also be that perhaps you are sort of work in health. That obviously is jumping out at me, or potentially key worker, but I'm feeling that perhaps the sense of community as well. I feel like I have to mention it because we're all in the pandemic with COVID-19. I feel like that's definitely what's your life is really kind of integrated within that. Okay, we have the intuitive card here, so I'll let you pick up on whatever you can intuitively pick up on that for yourself. And then I'll do the same. Okay, so for me, it's really weird because I've interpreted this card before to somebody else, but in a completely different way. Okay, 14 reduces down to 5, which talks about change. I'll get into that. Okay, we've got Moonology over here, which is conclusions are within reach. Very nice, very nice. And then your major arcana is Strength. We had 4 jump out. Oh, this was the pack when I only wanted 3, but then the 4th one wanted to jump out, and I put it back in. I was like, no, I only want 3 cards. And then when I did the next set, I was sort of telling my guides, if it lands on this pile, then I'll take it, and it did. So you get your extra card. Okay, we have 10 of Swords. Okay, heavy card. We have the World, Ace of Cups, the Fool. Guys, I don't read reversals. My guides know that. So here we go. Hoo-wee. Guys. And we also had 2 that jumped out, which I wasn't happy about. I wanted just 1, but we needed 2. So we have Soul Family, Call in Your Tribe. You don't have to do it alone. This is your oracle card. And the other one we have here is very nice, Awakening. Energy upgrades, a new way of being, integration. So this works in perfectly with our 1111 portal. Okay, you are going through an awakening. You are starting to pivot. If you have never resonated with that before, you are going to be introduced to it in a new level, because we've got this is big here. Okay, so guys, what was I picking up on there again? I was okay, so for group number 3, whether you understand what crystals represent or not, to some intuitive level, you have been trying to call in some protection. Okay. I get the strong sensation that you are, you've been through a very difficult time, and you are very wary. Okay. I also feel obviously that you are somehow connected in terms of maybe the work that you do or the people that you care for, like maybe perhaps in your family, is very kind of COVID strong. So it's definitely something that is been wearing you down quite a lot. But I feel like there's this deep weariness within you. With this guy, it's just weird with this card because I feel like you're sort of, it's like you're a bit, you feel a bit stuck, and it feels like you're being pulled. It feels like you haven't had. It feels like you've been feeling quite trapped, and that what's happening in your life at the moment is beyond you, and you can't seem to grasp it, you can't seem to hold on to it, you cannot seem to sort of drive it and direct it in a particular way. I feel like it's been sort of, and it's beyond your, it feels like it's beyond your control. Okay, it's like someone else has the conductor, you know, the orchestra, someone else is orchestrating the series of events that you'd be going through, and you're at that point of like, it's not even like you're at a complete loss. You're like even beyond there. You're just tired. You're just tired. Because I feel like with this card over here, we've got this white light, but we've got this real heavy kind of orange, be sort of sacral and root and root chakra. Colors coming through. Now with the root chakra, this is all about protection, feeling protected, wanting to feel protected, having that block where you don't feel sort of safe. And then that sacral space is that kind of how you relate to different people, how you sort of relate to yourself. Yeah, there's and it's like you've been going over and over and over and over, but you sort of feel quite like stuck, and you feel like you're at the end of your tether, and you know, enough already, enough. There is some wonderful news though. With the community, there is going to be this, and of course we've got the rainbows, we've got this, you know, which is it happens as a, oh, my crown's tingling there as well. There is going to be more, you're going to start to, there's more of a sense of community, in this good spirited sense of community coming your way. Okay, but that's kind of where you're sort of, you feel like you want to kind of just shut yourself away from all of that because you're just tired. Conclusions are within reach. So this, I'm not thinking is anything in particular. Yes, it could be a specific event, but I feel like there's conclusions within reach, are within reach in terms of where you're feeling so weary and sort of stuck, and like someone else has, you know, the is holding the ropes, like you're almost like a puppet. You feel like you've been a puppet, right? And you just trying, pushing through. Its conclusions are within reaches. I'm thinking more very on a sort of a spiritual general overview in terms of where you align your life, right? I think you're at that brink of that awakening stage. Now awakenings usually happen after a very difficult situation, because something pushes you to that tipping point where it's like you suddenly surrender to it. You're so weary. It's like, you can say you have a situation, right, which it doesn't go according to plan, and it upsets you and it annoys you, and then you do this to try and fix it, to get it back on course, and then you try and do that to fix it, to get back on course, and every time you reach the next stage, you're having to rethink of how you can try and put it back on course, and it might not be the original course that you set it on, but you're trying to sort of play things by, you know, the latest set of rules that are coming up. So you keep on trying to put it to course, and every so often you are getting knocked down, and it feels like your spirit is just being tarnished. It's you are weird. So it gets to that point where every time you correct the course, you are you perhaps get angry, you know, you get very upset, and then you're like, okay, no, that's fine, let's keep going. And then something else happens, and you get knocked up until the point where you reach that weary stage. And at that point, I feel like that's the point that you're on, because you're like, you know what, whatever. I've had enough. I'm just gonna surrender. Okay. And this is kind of what's happening with you at the 11 on the 11:11. You're reaching that awakening stage. You're reaching that when you get to that total weariness where you have expended all your energy to try and reach a conclusion, you know, to reach some sort of pivotal point or some sort of kind of a goalpost, and you haven't been able to do it. You reach that point of like, you let go and you completely surrender yourself to spirit or to the powers that be or whatever you resonate with, surrender to God, and you kind of go, you know what, I'm going to put it in your hands. I'm not going to resist. I'm not going to fight anymore. I'm just going to breathe. And that's what feels like happening for you. You reaching that point. We've got strength here, which talks about that you have more strength in you than you actually realize, and you're able to have the determination to carry on. With the Ten of Swords, we have a deep loss happening. Okay, now this is something that has been happening, has been going on. This is how you've sort of been feeling at the point of this weariness, where you feel like, you know what, I can't do it anymore. This is enough. Okay, perhaps it's a situation where you have felt stabbed in the back. Whatever it's been very painful, and it's been really affecting you in the mental body as well, because of their swords. So it could be bad. I don't know why I'm picking up this. I've never picked up on this with the Ten of Swords, but I'll say it anyway. It's like you've been receiving not hate mail, but email or correspondences of a nasty nature. And you're at that point now, okay? But the beauty of this is this is what the awakening is, okay? You go. Now, tens talk about endings of cycles, because a 10 then reduces to a 1. 1 plus 0 is 1 again, so you start over. So the climax that you're building up to the moment now, where you're feeling so dog-tired and so ready to give in, that's all coming to an end, because you've allowed yourself to surrender. The World card is a major arcana, and it talks about ending a cycle, a massive cycle in your life. Giving yourself the time to really reflect on it, celebrate it, reach that ending. You are there, okay? Followed by that, we have the Ace of Cups, brand new love coming in. Now, this obviously can be with a person. If you're already with a person, it could be a renewal of that in a totally different way. But I feel like this is more spirit coming in. It's like you have surrendered to spirit, and spirit is flying in and giving you that upliftment, really rejuvenating, and you will start to feel, as a result of this awakening, you will start to feel the bounce back in your step. And I'm sort of, I can imagine you saying, impossible. I don't think I could ever feel that again. There's no spring in my step. It's hard work to smile these days, you know. Or my smile, like to genuinely smile, not sort of put on that fake mask. It's hard for me to giggle, and that's all coming in because we've got the Ace of Cups with the Fool. The Fool talks a brand new cycle, okay? The Fool, so in tarot, in the major arcanas, the World is a last card. The Fool is a first card, and it's not even a 1, it's a 0. It's that potential. It's that leap of faith into the unknown. So we have this confirmation, okay? Those work side by side, taking a brand new leap of faith in love, in spirit, within yourself, you know? Dare to dream. Dare to believe that it is possible to have a reality that isn't reflecting what your reality is now. When the World comes in, it's the end of a cycle. So it means that all the lessons that you needed to learn, you have learned them. By God, you have learned them. And now you're stepping into a whole new phase. But you can't step in there just yet because you're dog tired, right? So the 11:11 activation is going to be coming in. It's going to be giving you that awakening, right? If you allow yourself to surrender. And if you call in your soul tribe, so this is your nearest and dearest, speak to your spirit guides, ask the angels, pray, meditate, whatever you can do. Ask for that help to come in, because it's a very kind of rocky road before you get that upliftment. And that rocky road you've been through, but there's a moment between the rocky road and the upliftment where there's just, it's not like a void, it's like a sense of peace, lack of fear, and just total surrender. And when you do that, that's when the cycle comes to an end. That's when you open up this opportunity for new love coming in, this brand new beginning, this leap of faith. I'm feeling very, very spiritual here as well. Obviously, it can be romantic love and stuff like that, but it is brand new. And it is basically changing your whole life moving forward, because the Fool is a brand new experience, a brand new chapter in your life, a brand new way of being, something that you've not seen before. And you're going to be seeing it through this awakening, okay? So you were definitely drawn to Tourmaline because you were intuitively, whether you're aware of crystals or not, perhaps you're drawn to the color of black, or feeling that you've been surrounded by that sort of blackness around you, or intuitively knew that you felt like you needed protection because you've been at that tipping point of like, you just feel like you're going to fall, okay? Well, you are falling, but for the good, because you're surrendering, you're letting go. Oh, so conclusions are within reach. You will be seeing it all. Call in the people to help you. Call in whoever can help nurture you through this time. Don't be afraid to ask for help, you know. If you've got no one specifically you can lean on, speak to God. Speak to your spirit. Speak to the angels. You're never alone. Everyone has got a team of entities around them supporting them, okay? And if you're going through this awakening, you will be getting those energetic upgrades. That's the 11:11 coming in to help activate you, okay? And you're going to be experiencing a brand new life, This is very exciting. This is probably the strongest so far. This is number 3 reading for this 11:11. So if you stumbled upon this, keep going, keep going, keep going. You're there. Conclusions are within reach. So I hope that this resonated with you. If it did, please like, subscribe, comment, and share. And I wish you all the best. Take care. Much love and light. Bye. Okay, final group number 4. Those who chose turquoise. Let us see how the 11:11 portal will be affecting you. Your overall view or overall theme for this portal is taking risks. This would be a call to take risk. Maybe there's something that you've been like, risky that. Then we have a beautiful card, this. So I'm letting you have a look at it because it's an intuitive card. So you can pick up intuitively what you are feeling from this. And I'll be doing the same. Then we have Moonology, we have expect powerful change. That's what's happening. 11:11, powerful change. Major Arcana, we have justice coming through. 3 of the fountain cards, we've got 4 of Wands, very nice. 6 of Cups, very nice. And 8 of Wands, ooh la la, things are happening for you. oracle card is Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? Right. Surge of energy coming your way, guys. So, group number 4. Turquoise responds to that throat chakra. Okay? That throat chakra is all about communication, creativity, how we talk about ourselves, how we talk about other people, how we talk to other people. It's all how we communicate and how we really create new things. There's lots of heart stuff coming in here. So with this, there's obviously big sort of rose quartzy, heart chakra energy coming through. I see pearls of wisdom. Pearls of wisdom. And it's like it's like opening up, isn't it? It's like birthing out that creativity. Expect powerful change, new moon eclipse again, or talks about intentions as well. So you guys are going to be seriously activated this 11/11. Okay, I feel it's going to be affecting you very much in the heart space. When we got the Star Mother here, how can you mother yourselves? This talks about looking at your inner child, yourself, treating yourself as if you are a child in terms of nurturing and loving and being kind and loving to yourself. I feel like you're being really activated in that heart space, okay? And that divine angelic energy is coming from that divine feminine. And it's switching something in you. It's like flicking a switch in you. And that is the thing that is going to catapult. It's like, if you resonate with the idea that perhaps you have felt a little bit blocked, and blocked in two ways. Blocked in terms of how your heart, like perhaps you feel like you haven't been very open with others, or particularly yourself, because this feels very much yourself. And there is family here as well, but I feel like perhaps you've put a little bit of a guard up. There is some sort of blockage in your heart space, and that is affecting your ability to nurture others as well as yourself. But I feel like it's really yourself. So you're getting an activation, an invitation to expand the heart space, which would be powerful for you, because what that would do is would give you that motivation. I feel like as well you're perhaps being blocked with the heart space, but also with that how you speak to others. I feel like you've been really being very careful what words you choose around certain people. I feel like perhaps there's been some people who you have been noticing are triggered by a certain like subject or topic that you talk about, or I feel like you've been clogging up the heart space and the throat space. I mean, remember, we've got the heart chakra and the throat chakra are directly above, right? So they're very much connected. There needs to be, I feel like the activation or the portal that's coming in is here to help expand that heart space, which then pushes through into that throat chakra and how you express yourself. Taking risks. The powerful change that's coming in as a result, as it relates to opening up the space. And we definitely have heart stuff here going on. Okay? As it opens up, it's like you are feeling that connection to source again, much more stronger. The angels are pouring more light over you to feel really connected, because I feel like with this blockage in how you communicate, or being too careful of what you say to others and if that affects them or what, but then also that sort of negative self-talk that we all are guilty of, you've got this influx pouring of light energy that is going to help open the heart space. And when we open the heart space, we feel that connection to the divine. And we've got the divine feminine here quite strong. We feel that connection. And when we feel that connection, we realize that we're not separate. We're not alone. And we are completely and utterly loved. Unconditionally. Unconditionally. So, when that comes in, when we have that unconditional fuel and surge of energy coming in, it enables us to take a risk by speaking our truth. It gives us that opportunity, it gives us the green light, and the green light is the heart rate, that green light to speak up, to perhaps speak publicly, to embark on a new creative endeavor. This surge, this 1111 is really just a brand. I mean, with the other groups that I've read, there's been a lot of kind of like, you know, be wise to do this, be wise to do that, some advice. But for you, just receive it, man, because this is coming in fast and strong and is so loving. It is so loving. It is going to fuel you with that, you know, when you feel like everything's going well and your heart is open, anything is possible. That is what it's going to feel like, and it's going to fuel you to take risks, go beyond, expect powerful change. It's going beyond your past norm. Now we have justice here. Now justice talks about the rebalancing of the scales. Obviously, if this is to do with the justice system, this would be in your favor if you're awaiting some sort of legal matter. And because this is very much a spiritual reading, I'm more picking up on balance. So where there have been blockages in your heart chakra and your throat chakra, balance is coming in. It's being restored now. Okay. You could also obviously help yourself a bit by nurturing yourself deep down. But the scales are coming into balance. And how are the scales coming into balance? It is affecting you in the physical world. Okay. Balance is coming in, and when the heart opens and you're able to express yourself in new ways and take risks in doing that, speaking up for what you believe in, and being uniquely you, regardless what anyone thinks, okay, as long as it's with love and compassion, benevolence. And then with the justice, as that comes in, it's like the scales are balanced, and it's affecting your 4 of Wands, which is your lifestyle, your happiness, solid foundation. 4s are structures, okay? This is lifestyle, this is happiness, this is like, I mean, look how happy they are on the beach, right? They're playing with the wands on the beach. It's going to be affecting, it's going to be bleeding into your family life, okay? You're going to start to feel a bit more solid within your environment because you know that it's all about the heart. And now I can speak openly and I don't have to pretend anymore. Okay, you've got the 6 of Cups. This talks about it can be a bit of a nostalgia card as well, you know, blast from the past, but it really is that harmony, that give and take, equal emotional give and take between loved ones, but also family. We've got 2 family cards here, and then 8 of Wands, things happening fast, taking those risks, soaring into the unknown with that eagle eye. Okay. So if there's something that you've been thinking about and you've been harboring, this little idea that you've had, okay, this is the A-OK to go ahead. Keep going. Make it happen. A powerful change is coming in for you, okay? It's time. It's time. It's time. With justice is really going to rebalance on how you live your life, how you relate with your family. And I see you having a good, this opening of the heart chakra, this unblocking of the throat chakra is going to have a dramatic effect on your family and how you engage with them. Particularly that I'm feeling how you engage with yourself. You engage with yourself first, okay? So you check in with yourself. How do I speak to myself? Am I loving to myself? How can I nurture myself? When you do more of this, it helps those energies of 1111 to pour in that heart space, which bursts up into your throat chakra, and you're able to speak with love, but you're also able to speak without worry about what people are saying and take risks in doing so. Positive change for you. Once the balance, this is really rescaling the balance. This is balancing your energy centers and enables lovely, equal, harmonious give and take within your loved ones, within your immediate circle of loved ones, connections. And then we've got this fast motion forward. Suddenly with the balance, if it's a legal matter that you're expecting news on, it's coming in fast. You might even need to go somewhere. You might even need to travel, maybe air travel somewhere to go to meet that point. But it is fast, and the sun is in that distance. It's illuminating the way. So it's all, if you're thinking about taking a risk in something that is of a specific nature, unrelated to sort of big spiritual stuff, justice is in your favor. 8 of Wands, go get it. It's waiting for you. Okay? Expect powerful change. This is beautiful, and it's all being pouring in. It's coming in with angelic love. Love, 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 love. Oh, it's really nice. Really nice. So all you need to do is just be careful about how you talk to yourself. Okay? Treat yourself with more love, foremost. Be aware of how you speak to others. And then when you're fueled with that love, you no longer have to check in with yourself on how you speak to others. You just be you. Because taking risks, working with justice and the 8 of Wands, is all happening for you. So you are not just enough. You are more than enough. More than enough. More, 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 more. No one could ever put a limit on how much more enough you are. It's coming in. It's coming in fast. It is beautiful energy. Oh, I'm really happy for you, group number 4. Really happy for you. So, that is your message. If this did resonate, that's great. Please do like, subscribe, comment, share. And I also do personal readings as well, so the information's in the description box. And I wish you a fantastic 11/11, and I'll see you again next time. Take care. Bye.